Joe Daniels, aka Boy Gone Bad. That is my pro wrestling name. We're going to talk about something here that a lot of archers love to speak about, and I'm going to be no different. Arrows. What type of arrows should I use? I really don't know. The arrows that came with the first bow that I bought were these. These are fiberglass, 100 grain tips, 3-inch vanes, so they're not feathers obviously. This is what it looks like. This is what I've been using predominantly. I don't think they're a bad arrow. I get like 12 of them for like 35, 36 bucks. So, you know, you're talking a little bit less than $3 an arrow. And they held up pretty good. They're not too bad. They're pretty straight, and I think they fly good. What else do you use, Joe? Well, oh, you know what I use? I use these. Oh, by the way, these are probably so darn cheap. They don't even have a name on them. I think they're 500 spine if I remember correctly, but I don't even remember. But we got something here that's like a brother or sister to it. This is a Muse arrow. Okay, I don't know if you can see that on the vane there, the plastic vane. Muse arrow. And if you flip it around, it's got the fancy writing on it like it's a good expensive arrow, but it's not. And it's hot out here, just so you know. I'm sweating like, I don't know, like Mike Tyson, you know, in front of a spelling bee or something. It's just because I'm overweight. You know, I'm down to like 255, 260 from 302 just 4 months ago. But I gotta lose a couple more pounds. Anyway, these are Musin arrows, and they are the MSB-J-8 500 spine. What this means, not so sure. I'm not gonna worry about it. But they're cheap. They're like 12 arrows for 30 bucks. So again, you're not spending a whole lot of money. So if you break them, they bust up. Who cares? 100 grain tip, field tip. And you know, the knots are okay. They're not too bad. They're just the regular plastic knocks that pop on. Then we have these. I got these. These are colorful eagle feathers. Whatever. You know, I guess that's the name brand. Colorful Eagle. Not sure if you can see that. These are carbon arrows, but I think they're only carbon fiber, not 100% carbon. 500 spine it says on there, and these have vanes, but they're very soft, so they don't hit your shelf too hard. And these nocks, these are probably the worst nocks I've ever used. They're like a real thin plastic, and they don't grip to the string real good. I had to do that, you know, boil the water, you know, put it in there, let it sit for about a second, get some pliers and kind of, you know, pinch them around. And they seem to be working okay. Then we have these, well, these are not so cheap arrows. These are Storm. These are carbon arrows. They're 100% carbon. They're made for 40 to 55 pound bows. And they got the little, I guess that's a 2-inch spine, not spine, vane, plastic vane. And the knocks on these are fine. It's also just a little 100 grain tip. And these actually cost, like, I think they were $6 a piece. So, you know, that's the most expensive arrow I've bought. I bought 4 of them. And that's basically what I shoot. Oh, Joe, what are you using to shoot them with? I'm glad you asked. You know what I'm using? The Cupid Archery. The one and only Cupid Archery. Can you see that? Cupid Archery. This bow I did not paint, okay? It's a wooden bow, 45 pounds. It's got the bamboo limbs with the fiberglass strip on front and back. You can see how I set up my shelf so that the arrows don't hit too hard. Just use some fur, put it on here, got that bear skin or whatever you call it. It's not real bear skin, but it's, you know, just up against the riser. And I have this back here just to pad the arrow. So if I remember correctly, I think it's called the Archer's Paradox. Gosh, I'm actually speaking like Mike Tyson right now. So if the arrow doesn't, you know, come off properly and actually miss the back of the riser, it'll hit this and it's going to buffer it a little bit. Oh, what do you got using there for a string, Joe? Oh, you know what this is? This is a homemade string. This is another no-no. I should not be using a string that I made out of, well, braided fishing line. 100-pound test, by the way. So, you know, this 45-pound bow needs 180 pounds of resistance with the, you know, strength, so that, so far as using a string so that it doesn't snap. Well, on this one, this is 12 strands. So it's 6 loops, complete loops. So at the nocks, they're 600 strong tensile strength, so it's not going to snap or break as people say. Oh my God, you're going to lose an eye, you're going to get hurt real bad. This is 1,200 pounds. I think it's safe to say it'll hold up to the resistance of the 180 that it needs. It's actually overkill. And of course I have my finger savers on here that I use because I don't like using tabs, and I don't want to wear a glove, especially during the summer. I mean, it's only 80 degrees out here right now and I'm already sweating like, you know, like I said, like Tyson before a spelling bee or something like that. So that's basically the setup. This is what I'm using. Oh, by the way, this is called the Lawano bow, made by Cupid Archery. Awesome bow. You can get it off of Amazon for 60 bucks. They are coming out with a nicer version, which will cost about 100, where you can quickly replace the limbs. They'll snap in and you just screw them down real tight. That's supposed to be out in the middle of July, I believe. So let's shoot a couple of these arrows, some of these cheap arrows, and see how they fly. You know, do you really have to spend $8, $9, $10, $12 an arrow? I don't think so. I mean, you can if you want. You know, and it's not that I couldn't afford to do it. Of course I could, but do I really want to spend the money? Do I actually expect to be a great archer, like doing trick shots behind my back and my head and stuff like handy? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm 60 years old and getting into this thing. If I was doing this, you know, 20 years ago, it might be a little different. I'm just out in the backyard having some fun, just shooting. Not bad, huh? Not bad. And I'm doing everything, you know, not according to the books. Shooting vanes, not feathers. You know, of course I got my nock set up high, so that enables me to do that. You can see, it's certainly not level, but that's so that when the arrow hits from the Archer's Paradox, the vane's hardly touching it, and what it does touch, it's hitting all that fur that I put on here. So let's take another shot, shall we? Not bad. Not bad at all. These are the cheapest arrows. I mean, can you imagine getting an arrow or selling an arrow and you don't even want to put your name on it? I mean, that's how cheap this is. But, hey, for me, for a boy going bad archery, this is perfect. I think we got a bullseye. You know, let's shoot something. Let's shoot the storm. Let's shoot the $6 ones, huh? Let's take a shot here. Doesn't seem to fire any different. $6 arrow. Not a bad arrow. Is it worth $6? I guess. I don't know. Do I get a couple bullseyes with them? Yeah. Do I get a couple misses? Yeah. Do I like not even hit the side of the barn? Yeah. So, you know, let's call it the way it is. I mean, most of the problems are with the archer, not with the tools, you know. The arrows, you don't have to have a great arrow. You just need something that's going to be efficiently effective, working properly. Efficiently effective kind of sounded stupid, didn't it? But then again, you know, you're listening to a guy that's been body slammed so many times, dropped on his head and power bombed, that, you know, we're lucky I still have a brain that's working. Oh, not too bad. These are the cheapest arrows right here. And these guys actually probably put their name on it. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I got 15 of them for 30 bucks. And I saw it on Wish. How can you pass that up? Oh, I like that so good. I'm going to shoot another one. Let's see. I got news for you. Handy's got nothing on me. Yeah, he might be a little bit more limber and, you know, got that foot action going good, you know. When, just so you know, he cheats. Here's how he cheats. He got that from the horse stands from his Taekwondo days, okay? He didn't tell you that in the video. I just happened to notice that being a Kempo guy. I'm a fourth Dan in American Chinese Kempo karate. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. But he, you know, this is how these people cheat. Andy, I'm gunning for you. I'm going to let you know. If there's going to be a heavyweight title belt like there is for pro wrestling that would go around the waist of an archer, I'm going to wear that belt, brother. Okay? We pause this and we'll go down and take a look. Okay, so here we are. And like I said, I'm only shooting from about 40 feet away. I don't know, can you see the back there? I get my see where the bow's hanging up, and then I go down, I count. It's 8 foot a slot, so a slat of fence. So I have what, 6 of them there, 5 of them. So it's like 40 feet, a little bit more maybe. And this is where we're at. So you can see, okay, by this is the cheap arrows that don't even have the names on it. So there's this one that went up high. This one just got in the bullseye. This one just got in the bullseye. And then we got the colorful eagle arrows, the carbon fiber. We got this guy here, up here. We got one that just missed the bullseye, and we got one right here, and we got another one here. And of the storm arrows, okay, if you can see that, the $6 arrow, I'm out in left field here, I'm in the bullseye here, and I'm here. So I think I got progressively better here. But so anyway, there's only 3 in the bullseye. How many did I shoot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, so I shot 10, 3 in the bullseye. It's 30%. Maybe I won't be wearing that heavyweight title for archery anytime soon. But that's kind of it on the arrows, guys. You know, I mean, and I did shoot a couple before I actually filmed this, you know, just to get a little warmed up, because my shoulders ache pretty bad. You can see my target's falling apart, so I need to make a new one. This is out of an old mat, Kempo throw mat. But anyway, what's my take on the arrows? Well, you know what? You don't have to spend a shitload of money to have a good arrow. You know, you just need something that's going to work. You know, maybe when I get really good at this, if I ever get really good at this, like I said, I was doing pretty good. I was getting sometimes 5 and 6 in the bullseye. Well, 6 is the most I've ever got out of shooting 10 arrows at a time at the target. But many times I was getting 4 and 5 out of 10 in the target, and so I've moved back another 8 feet. So went from about 32 feet to about 40 feet, 42 feet. And now it's like I'm starting over again. It's amazing how 8 feet makes so much of a difference. It's almost like learning again. And so, you know, I just shot 10 wood. I think I got 3 in the bullseye, and I barely got them in there. Just kind of made it. So anyway, that's my quick video for today about arrows. You can spend all kinds of money on bows, arrows, strings, all that, or you can go the cheap route and just have some fun with it. I'm just trying to have some fun with it. So God bless you. Thanks for your time and listening to some idiot like me just shoot off at the mouth. All right.